Welcome to the JD Show. Today we have with us someone who has been listed as Pearl 50 on the Peer-to-Peer Finance Association. Please help me welcome Michael Bristow. He is the CEO and co-founder of CrowdProperty.
Thank you, Jack.
Thank you.
Pleasure being here.
It's my pleasure, absolute pleasure to have you here. So, tell me, what made you come into CrowdProperty business? I know you've been a property investor for a long period of time. What made you choose CrowdProperty?
Well, yeah, I think a few of us got together after many years of investing and developing property and said, raising finance is painful. And it takes so long. It's frustrating for people who want to crack on with finding more deals and doing their projects. And we said there's got to be a better model than the traditional sources of finance out there. And so it comes from real personal pain, and that's always a good starting point for a business. And then we said, right, okay, well, we know about this property stuff. We know about investment. We know about development. We know what makes a good project. We know what the vision of people is. We know able to understand that and assess it. Okay, and we said, right, okay, well, how do we make it easier? And we said, that's one side, and the other side is, where does that money come from? And the peer-to-peer lending model is very much emerging as sort of a form of crowdfunding, and we felt that would be a great model for everyday people to access more efficiently, get better returns from good property projects that are going on, rather than just sticking money in the savings account. Now, we're not saying it's a product, we're an investment product, and then the bank be inefficient and spend a lot of that money, and we can just get people to share in good projects, and I think that's the real core of it. So it's very much property expertise, real pain, and then how do we make that matching the supply and demand of capital better for everyone? And so we came up with that.
Fantastic. So it is property finance by property people. That's what it is.
Very much so, and that was part of the root cause of the pain, because as you've done, we filled in mortgage applications that were 20 pages long, and that asked questions. Well, what's your inside leg measurement? What did you have for dinner last night? It's largely irrelevant.
It used to be a real pain. I remember that. Yes,
exactly. And what we can do is we can make it easier by understanding that property person's vision easier and clearer, and getting them speaking to our property experts. And so it's kind of like it's more of a partnership than a right. Okay, let's stick in an application and hope it ticks boxes. It's kind of like, right, let's work together. Let's understand what you're doing, and let's deliver that together. Let's enable that together.
So let's say a developer comes to you. How long does it normally take you from when they approach you to get to a point where it is over the line and they have the funds to get things going?
So we've done it in days, and we've also had applications that have sat in our pipeline for 17 months until they got funded. Now, that's because of the project and getting through the various hoops and getting the vendor on board and all of that. But let's talk about the days version of that, because that's pretty cool. So, firstly, we make it really easy to apply. So our application was 12 boxes on our website. Now, that takes anyone less than 5 minutes. So what we can commit is we'll take a look at that information, and we know from that information, A, whether it stacks up at a high level, and then B, what relevant questions to ask. So we're respectful of your time as a property person because you want to find more deals and do more projects. So that's the sort of the first step. We will get an offer out, at least an initial offer, if not a full offer in 24 hours. So that person knows where they stand with very little effort, and that's great for anyone doing a project. But then it's like, we'll say we've agreed the project and it works and stacks up. Then we'll do a bit more detailed digging, and it's obviously there'll be a risk valuation, there'll be some legal processes, etc. But once it's controlled by the individual, so for example, exchange on a purchase of land or purchase of an asset that's developed, we'll then list it on our platform, and that's where the retail crowd come in and they have a look at project and said, yeah, we like that, and they'll put in anything from, say, £500 to 50 grand. The first deal we ever put on that platform took 10 weeks to fund. That's not very helpful for anybody. The last project we funded was on Thursday, just a couple of days ago, and it sold out in 19 seconds.
19 seconds.
£200,000 in 19 seconds.
That is fantastic. That is absolutely amazing.
So the important thing there is that is those sort of 4 years of difference between 10 weeks and 19 seconds is all about building a trusted brand with our lenders and all about building up our lending capital. And now our lenders trust CrowdProperty to make quality decisions on which projects are suitable. And that's really, really important to us. And we work daily on building our trusted brand. Everything we have to do, everything we do, has to enhance that trusted brand. And the core of that is making quality decisions. So, and then there'll be some legal closure, completion of the deal. So, end-to-end application to money in the transaction. A few weeks ago, someone approached us 2 days after buying a property at auction. And they said, I haven't got my finance in place. Now, he was quite experienced, so he was a bit comfortable with that, but it can be a very stressful situation. He's found a great deal. Okay, he's got a great deal, and now he has to sort of finance out. So he got in touch with us and said, right, here's the project. And we went through the full process, including detailed assessment. We've got great data and analytics in the business, we can do that really efficiently. And we've got experts in the business that can talk to him and talk about the vision that he's creating. And he had the money and completed that deal in 9 days.
9 days.
9 days.
Fantastic.
Now, that is, and it wasn't 24/7 work for him during those 9 days. We bear a lot of that work, and we do the hard work, so that he can start looking at the next auction category. So that's how we, again, this is how we like to think. We'll help people to grow their property businesses by just let us sort of finance. We'll sort it.
Fantastic. Okay, so tell our audience a little bit about your journey. How did you start in property business? I've personally read about you, but let our audience know where did you start? How did you get to this point?
Right. So years ago, when I was at university, I did a mechanical engineering degree, very quantitative. I like numbers, a bit of a numbers geek, if I'm honest. After that, I went into a management consultancy, which was great because I saw loads of different companies, loads of different sectors, etc. And also, I was advising on project buyouts and corporate strategy businesses and all things like that. And that's quite intense. We work very hard in this kind of environment and very long hours. And alongside that, I bought my first property in 2002, and I thought, well, there's something in this. There's nothing clever about it. It's just buy a flat, let it out. Buy a flat, let it out. And after doing that reasonable amount, sort of passively, I thought, there's got to be something more clever. So I educated myself in property and did various things that were a lot smarter. High-yielding strategies, worked with some great people in building quite a big portfolio, bought on some high-level investors, etc. And sort of grew that out. So I was doing that. I was working very hard as an advisor for businesses and for M&A buyouts. And then I also saw the emergence of prop tech, so property technology, and I thought, throughout the time, it's quite hard work managing those properties. It's got to be a smarter way, and it's not just about managing properties. There's everything to do with property that could be more efficient. It's the world's largest asset class. It's a physical asset class. It requires care and attention in many respects. So I started investing in prop tech businesses. I've done for 5 or 6 years. I'm investing in some great businesses, but what that enabled me to do is really understand what's the technology angle on things as well. And that, again, put all of those things together and meeting my great co-founders, that enabled us to crack the problem that we are cracking and work out how. Okay, various bits of our model are unique in the marketplace, and we place high importance on those unique aspects. But it really is that experience that gives you the light. We're not sort of thumbing in the dark. We're very, very persuasive in exactly what we're doing. And we're also not reliant on just the pains that we faced over decades, because you have to keep current on that. So constantly researching on both the borrower side of our marketplace and also the lender side, evolving our proposition, making it great, building out the tech. We're a tech business at the end of the day. We've got a brilliant team, 7 developers as of today. It would be increased in 2 weeks' time or whatever. We're a very big growing team, but it's solving all of those problems in a very efficient way, and that enables us to grow. It's very, very scalable.
So share with us what sort of characteristics, what sort of traits one needs to have to be able to be more successful in life.
Oh, that's a big question. That's a great question. I think if I look back about where did I learn more about property, I learned more about property from people who've done more property stuff than I have done, in my early days.
Yeah.
And talking to a lot of people, researching a lot, running numbers on things, but maybe that's because I'm a data geek. And using there's always an element of intuition, but I think there's a huge element of research to say actually I am solving with and understanding how the experts think, and leveraging that is really important. It's sort of a short circuit to getting you to becoming an expert. So go out and seek advice, etc. Then another thing, and how I think about growing businesses is about systemization. Whether that's systemization of your own activity, whether it's building a team, whether it's building tech, whether it's developing people. All of those factors, if you're able to systemize and build a process and system to deliver against your strategy, you can scale quicker and you can be more successful quicker. It's a bit like, as we were talking about earlier, it's a bit like, right, don't just, think hard about your time. So if someone can offer you finance for your deal and your spent time is 3 days or 3 months in doing that, then you have the best part of 3 months to grow other parts of your business. And that's kind of how we think in terms of delivering our customer proposition. So all of those factors come together and you can leverage the way you think and the unique things that you sort of position creating, and short circuit some of those. You sort of learn from other people's mistakes. Is I guess the way to wrap it up.
Okay, so share with us what's your stance on working hard and smart? So hustling and working smart. What do you think about that?
Good question. It kind of sort of references a bit to what I've just said. But if I look back in my career, I've worked very, very hard for others and advising others, and working hard isn't always a bad thing. Okay, because it's a classic debate, smart versus hard. But hard, especially early on in your career or your experience, etc., gives you the experience, the insight. What are the topics? What are the systemizing bits, etc. You have to go through that graph to learn, and if you go through that, you then really understand things. And it might be, you might be working hard at that area, but actually you want to take yourself and your business in that area. There'll be some learning to that. Okay, inevitably. So, don't always kill yourself or be hard on yourself by saying, I shouldn't be working harder, I shouldn't be working smarter. It's very easy to say always work smarter. Okay, once you keep that in mind. But there is experience that you get. and you experience some of the pains. You say, right, that was good, that was not, that was good, that was not. That can change. That we can be better at. That I don't like. It's not in my flow. I can bring someone else on who it is in their flow. You know, they both. You learn from both. And the smart bit there is then, right, how do I systemize these bits? So that was tough. That wasn't for me. You know, okay, might be, you know, that bit of it might be getting in the way of me achieving that. Therefore, how am I going to cope with that? Do I build some tech around it? Do I get some people in to do it? And that takes me to that space quicker. So it's always a balance. It's never only smart.
I agree with that. And how does intuition play a part of this?
Yeah, I think everyone needs everyone needs intuition. I'm probably slightly on the analytical data side. So need to see the evidence, need to see the analysis, need to see the research, and then that's a strong guidance. The way to make that most efficient is to have an intuitive sense of, right, I'm not going to assess in my analysis 100 different options.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to make an intuitive judgment that I reckon it's one of these 4 things. Okay. And then you can switch and say, right, let's understand those 4 things thoroughly to pick the one. So it's a balance. But if you don't have the intuition, you'll sit in front of your computer analysing all 100 options and paths. Okay. Use the intuition and also sounding boards of others, the experience of others. You know, say actually I think it's 4 options, not 100 options. Whatever the options are for, and then do the sort of the analytical bit to give you the proof and the confidence, because if you just relied on intuition, you wouldn't necessarily have the evidence and confidence that one you've gone for is exactly the right one. Balance the both, you can have confidence and say, right, I'm going to put everything into delivering this one option, whatever that option is for. Yeah.
Great. Okay, so while we were talking earlier, and this is something that really amazed me, to tell our audience about, for the past 2 months, sort of applications you've had for funding. I mean, that's a great one to share.
Yeah, sure. I mean, we love our stats in our business. One of the challenges is as soon as you write a stat down, especially in presentations I do, it's out of date. You know, so far with the background of CrowdProperty, we've funded £100 million worth of properties being developed, 560 great British homes, because it's important. Housing supply is we don't build enough in this country. We think it can be a material part of supporting that. But the reason we think that they are just the history numbers, and there's a huge future ahead, is that in the last 2 months, we received £250 million worth of project applications direct through our website. And yeah, that's a big number. Now, we need to filter those down, and there's reasons we won't be able to do it. Some of those deals will go away, that they may not stack up, etc., etc. But that gives us an incredible sort of lead indicator that we know we will be lending hundreds of millions of pounds a year to property professionals, because we are positioning it right. We really got to the heart of where the pains in the market are for people who just want businesses to do more property. That's the cause, and that applies to anything in business life. Understand the pain, understand your customer, and be relentlessly focused on that. And if you do that, then your business will grow.
Fantastic. £250 million worth of applications there. That's an amazing number.
Yeah, and one challenge with that, a good problem to have there,
for sure.
Because it can be a problem, is right, how do we process that?
Operational side is always a problem.
And so that's what we're building the tech platform to do. Okay, and that's the systemizable point, the tech point, etc. But and that's one of the things we're most proud of in our business, because we've built that tech system, and we're building it every single day, getting better and better, and processing that in the best way possible.
Fantastic. So share with us, as a property investor or a developer, who can approach you? How can they approach you? What's your criteria like? Share with us.
Yeah, sure. So, broadly what we do is we will fund any property project. Okay, so if you're just buying a buy-to-let property to let out immediately, go elsewhere. Not because we don't want to help you, it's just that there will be cheaper finance elsewhere on buy-to-let, 2, 3, 4% rates with major banks with low cost, very low cost accounts. Anything else, really, auction purchase, whether you want to bridge something to planning, whether you want to develop something, even from light refurb through heavy refurb through major extensions through new build development, anything like that. And we articulate some buckets of those things on our website, but the bucket we're most really interested in is, well, if it's a complex project or challenge to come to us, and we're seeing stuff, really interesting projects like someone wanting to buy 10 Victorian houses, do a rolling refurb into HMOs, and knock out either individual one-by-one commercial finance or the whole. Okay, that's complex. How do we put the financing structure around that? Okay, and we love that. With data kits and responsive kits, we'll solve that problem for you and we'll give you a proposal. So any challenge. So that's first and foremost. Secondly, our criteria. We will lend up to 70% of the purchase, the initial purchase, and then 100% of all your costs. And we'll probably lend more than anyone else.
Yep.
Why can I say that confidently? Is because we can understand it better than anyone else. So the best way, if someone doesn't understand it, someone doesn't understand a project, the best way that they can de-risk that themselves is to lend less and to charge more. We look at a complex deal, whether it's a complex development or a particular complex structure of the deal. We'll look at it and say, cool, well done. That's a positive. You're more back at it. Okay, we're not going to reduce the amount. So, and I think that's really important. The other thing that's really important is telling that person who's got that project within 24 hours the kind of lending.
That's the key.
And we say yes or no very, very quickly. We will give all the numbers needed for the yes. For the no, we might say it's not for us, but have you tried these people? It's not a commercial arrangement. It's just, from our experience, these guys might be able to look at it. Or a no that says, actually, we think that the cost estimates are low. We think there's this planning issue, or this regulatory issue, or there's this environmental issue. And within 24 hours, if you're able to get that information to say, well, actually, do you know what, maybe I shouldn't spend my time on that.
Exactly.
That's pretty helpful.
Yeah, that feedback in itself is great, yeah.
So if it's a no, it's a helpful no. If it's a yes, let's crack on.
So if you're a property investor or a developer and you're looking in the range between 100,000 up to 10 million, and you want to have the decision within 24 to 48 hours, I'm guessing here, and you want 70% of the purchase cost and 100% of the cost after that of the development or refurb or whatever that is, Mike is the man to come to. CrowdProperty, I've been actually observing CrowdProperty for some time, and then I approached Michael. He's been very, very helpful. So yeah, that's the criteria. CrowdProperty is that's where they are at, and they are great people. Like he said, if it's a yes, that's great. Within 24 to 48 hours, you have an indication. If it's a no, you'll get feedback on if you really should be spending time on it, or if not, then maybe they might recommend you another lender that might be able to help you with your project. So yeah, that's a great team and a trusted team. You've done 100 million worth of
funded 100 million of projects, and we know that we will be lending hundreds of millions.
That's great. So tell us where people can find you personally and your company. How can they get in touch with you?
Sure. Drop me a connection request on LinkedIn. There's Michael Bristow. I'm either Michael or Mike. And also www.crowdproperty.com, where you'll also find our 12-box application form, which will take you under 5 minutes to fill out. So we'd love to hear from you. The final thing to mention is that we've just recently closed on 100 million of institutional backing as well. They've done a lot of due diligence on our processes and systems, and that adds reinforcement to the certainty of finance for you, and also, hey, that money's there waiting for
to be invested.
Yes.
Sure. That's great. So yeah, make sure you connect with Mike on LinkedIn, and at the same time, CrowdProperty, check it out. I have checked the platform. It is a great platform to use. So yeah, that's great. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you
Absolute
very much.
pleasure. Thank you. Thank you.